Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my tutorials, and today we are going to talk about encapsulation in Java. By the end of this tutorial, you're going to learn about encapsulation, and I'll take you through an example so that you can understand it fully. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So what is encapsulation in Java? So first of all, encapsulation is one of the four fundamental object-oriented programming concepts, and specifically encapsulation in Java is a mechanism of wrapping the data and code acting on the data together in a single unit. So what do I mean by this? In encapsulation, the variables of a class will be hidden from other classes and can be accessed only through the methods of their current class. Therefore, these variables will not be easily accessed by any other class without using the public methods which are directly attached to the variables. Basically, if there are variables on a class and another class wants to access those variables, they cannot do so because they are hidden. So encapsulation, in other words, it's data hiding. We use access identifiers like private to hide the variables from other classes. So let's get into an example and see how we can achieve this. So first of all, I've created a new project, a Java project. So let's go ahead and create a new class right here under source. Okay. And then on the main package, create a class encapsulation. And then right here, we can have variables like name, address, any variables really. So basically these are our variables, and let me show you how you can access these variables directly without using public methods. So if I go ahead and create another class, actually we can try to access them through the main class, so we don't need to create another class. If I instantiate encapsulation class, to new encap class, and then encap.address equals to my address. Okay, so simply I can access this variable directly from this class. But assuming these variables, for them to change, they need to go under a check, then this is not good, because on this class we can assign address directly without asking the permission of this encap class. So what do? Here we first of all restrict the variables. Okay, so if we go back to the main class, we cannot access address. All right, so if we go back here and then create public methods for these particular variables. So we say public string get string set name. Okay, and we also want to pass the name, string name, to save. Okay, and then we want to return, sorry, this should be void because we are just setting. So we identify our name in this class as this.name, okay, equals to name to save. Okay, so in this way we can call this method, it's a public method, and then pass a name through it, and then we can assign the name in this class to the name that is passed. So let's come here and try to access that public method set name, so we can pass the name itself. Alright, so let's do away with this, and there you go. So when you call this method and then pass the name, it will assign the name to this. And since we are assigning the name, then how do we access the name? How do we retrieve it? So we create another method called getName. Okay, and this simply returns the name. So after setting the name, we can try to access it on the main method. So we can say name is, and we call the class again, and we say get name. So let's try to run this and see what happens. So there you go. So this is the name that you just passed here, and now you can access it. So let me show you the importance of encapsulation. One of the importance of encapsulation is what we just did. You can make the variables read only or write only. So you can only read name variable through get name, and you can only write on it through set name. So which means if you're on another class and you want to set the name, you have to go through this method. All right. Another importance is that this class has control over the variables, in that assuming all the names should start with uppercase, right? You will have the check here. You'll have the check here that the first letter of the name is uppercase. So in case you don't have the set method, then it will be difficult for you to control what should be set on the name, because you can just call a name and right away put the name that you want. This is it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'll really appreciate, and see you next time.